Well, good morning, everyone, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on which applies to you. And welcome to the Being Your Own CEO Success Circle. This morning, we're going to have a sharing session about content bots. We have been playing around and learning a great deal. So stay tuned. But in the meantime, I want to welcome the other participants who are here and invite them to introduce themselves. So I'm going to change my screen here to the gallery view and unpin myself. Now, how do I do that? Oh, I haven't figured out how to unpin myself. Mute my auto, choose background, remove pin. There we go. Have to be able to read what's on the screen. So let's see. David, how would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Dave Flannery with affordable websites for small business here in Rock Falls, Illinois, where we're going to reach about 85 degrees Fahrenheit and be a humid day, maybe showers and sunny and everything. The chat is up and going in YouTube, the YouTube broadcasting, and the website is broadcasting.
Thank you very much. Right on. Vivek, you were next.
Namaste. My name is Vivek Anand. I am proud to share my belief with Steve Jobs and Leonardo da Vinci, who said simplicity is the ultimate in sophistication. I aim to bring time-tested wisdom and happiness together into your business and life by unifying, simplifying, and amplifying simple technology and tools. Wake Technology is my company. Together, let us wake up our potential. I am in Reading, and it looks like we are having the hottest day of the year so far. So it's been quite sunny since morning, and yeah, glorious day.
Right on. Thank you, Vivek. And Fred.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. I'm Fred Jones, the creator of Our Future Leaders, where we help young people gain communication and leadership skills so they can help the world with some good leadership with all the changes that are going on. I'm currently located in Langford, which is next to Victoria. This is Jay's stomping grounds. It's been cool this morning. I think it was about 9 early this morning. It's going up to maybe 14, 15 degrees. So
Celsius.
Other than that,
Celsius.
Yes, Celsius. Yeah, it's not below freezing. No, but
yeah, my phone says it's 12 degrees here. Yeah. Well, welcome here, Fred.
Thank you.
And finally, as you can see, I'm LowellAnn, and what am I going to say about today? Well, it's been a busy few days because, we've been making some major changes to our Of Course course based on some of the feedback that we got from our star beta tester, Fred. So we will be uploading today a new video that we created yesterday, and I'm in the process. I'll change my screen just for the fun of it. So it sure was interesting to have somebody walk their way through, and so we did a summary video that will be in module 1, so the person will be able to kind of visualize where they're going to go. Yeah. So that's my introduction for this morning. And here comes Alana. Alana, you got in just in time to introduce yourself.
Yep, by the skin of my teeth, I guess, eh? Hi, everybody. Alana here, coming to you from Ireland. My company is ALB Digital Marketing Solutions, where I write content and copy for small businesses so they can increase conversions and what's the other thing?
Sales. Right on. Right. Perfect. And thank you for your note this morning. We were talking about website for courses and the Of Course course, and Alana was another, well, I guess we wouldn't call her a beta tester. She gave us, honored us by going in and doing a full edit, read and edit for us. And so we want to thank you a lot, Alana. It was very helpful.
No problem. Happy to help.
We sure have recognized, even with 2 pairs of eyes, we sometimes miss things. So, all right. So now let's get down to business this morning. We were going to talk about contentbot.ai. It was something that actually Jay shared with us a few weeks ago, and David and I both belong to AppSumo, and we saw that AppSumo was offering a lifetime subscription to a content bot for, I think it was $49 we paid for a lifetime subscription. So we jumped on it. And that subscription gives you 50 credits per month. So now, but none of us knew anything about it. Nobody knew how to use it. Nobody knew anything. So I've spent a fair amount of time exploring and trying to learn a few things, as has David. And Vivek has been in the background just asking the question, well, is it worth the money? So maybe we'll have the answer for that when we're finished here.
I'm being the idiot in the room.
It's quite all right to be the idiot in the room. So we thought we would walk you through, or I thought I would walk you through what my experience has been, and both David and Vivek have some things they're going to share on my behalf so that we can help you all understand. So first of all, you need to know that contentbot.ai is the name of the website. And there's Matthew. Good morning, Matthew. And so we have discovered that you can go to the website and you can use all of the tools on the website. And so we thought we would start out by going there first, so you get to see what the dashboard looks like on the inside. So David, are you able to share that? Aha, there we go. So David is showing his account, and you can see up there right beside his name where it says use 2 of, oh, it doesn't say how many credits there.
Well,
2.
I bought the more
Infinite.
It's infinite.
Yeah.
Credits. I get to go with 25 blog articles, and then any of the other tools that are there, I have infinite use. So like go to copyright tools.
Yeah, well, this is the first thing that we need to sort of mention. There seem to be 2 types of tools. There are copywriting tools and there are marketing tools. And both of those sections have a huge number of tools involved. So, what was the one that you used was copywriting?
I use the copyright and the full blog post.
Uh-huh.
That's why I've used 2 credits,
Uh-huh.
because I tried to write a blog post with it.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a lot of work to be useful, or
Mm-hmm.
as a blog post. I was trying, the first one was actually trying to do a 300-word blog post and then hoping I can expand it, or do 300 words of one, then do another 300 words, and then do another 300 words and get through it. That didn't work too well. There's when you start doing it, you get the name of what you want it to be, which you need to be very specific of what you're trying to write.
Yeah, that was the thing I found, was you really, really need to be very specific.
Yeah. Then you need to put in these sections.
Mm-hmm.
And for what I was trying to do with this was just an introduction. And so I put in 3 sections, and it didn't come out at all very well.
Right.
It's got some work to do.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm hoping to do is my next one is to go to the copyright, because what I'm doing is trying to do introductions.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere there was an introduction. Full blog, online.
Well,
Intros right there.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm going next, to try to get my intro, and I'm hoping they got a conclusion also.
Mm-hmm.
So then I'd be able to generate my introductions and my conclusions, which are one of the hardest things for me to write.
Mm-hmm.
and be able to get a format and then change it to what I need it to be.
Right. So, do you want to go to the marketing tools, and we can show what's in there? Go to the dashboard, I guess, is the best place to go.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can see
These
at
are
the top, it gives you copywriting and marketing. So
these are your marketing tools. You got AdWords,
oh,
Facebook
there's
ads,
tons
video
of them.
ideas,
Just
video
okay.
description, brand names,
Yeah.
slogan generator, landing page headlines, product
Yeah.
descriptions.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
something that would be interesting, because no one loves to do product descriptions, and if you can get a decent product description without having to write it, it would be nice.
Right. So yesterday, Vivek and I were playing in this on my site, and we went to landing pages. And so what I did was I said I wanted a landing page that would do a business mastery plan course. And so it took us through the interesting thing was, so it generated a bunch of things, and we looked at those, and they didn't look like they were really, really all that great. So there was a button that said generate more ideas. So we did that. And I think we did that a couple of times until we found something that looked like it might make sense. So once I chose that, what it did was it created something for me and sent me a zip file with 2 files in it. And lo and behold, I saved it to my desktop, and we went in and so, I wonder what's in this zip file. We had no idea what we were doing, or at least I didn't have any idea what I was doing. But we discovered there were 2 files there, and we figured out a way to upload the HTML to a website. And so I have a site, Rubik's Play site, that I used for learning things and playing with things and discovering how to use things. So Vivek has a little video, or no, we need to go to we need to go to the page, the site Rubik's page. So this will show you what I ended up with just by typing in creating an invitation to take a business mastery course. Now, I didn't pay a whole lot of attention to the content because we were just learning how to use it. But this is what I got by just pasting the HTML code into a page on the Play site. So the pictures, everything you see was included. So we were just blown away. So there's what you get when you play with a landing page.
So you got the images and all the content and the headings from that zip file?
Everything.
Wow.
Everything.
And did you put in like some sort of keywords or something to generate that?
I said get the business mastery course, and the keyword I used was writing business plans. That's all. So it was just again, you can see that this is my play testing, and I just wanted to know what it looks like, and so all I did was go to I copied the HTML from the file that I got and put it into the text editor, not in the back end of a page. So David.
So you did this in the classic view, right? Or the
No.
classic editor?
No. It created a custom HTML element.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you did an element with generate press, right?
Yeah, that's the theme that's there. So we just copied the HTML that was in the zip file. Yeah.
Did you try going to the classic editor and using the text?
No.
I'd be interested in seeing how that worked out, and then if you could convert that into a block.
Yeah.
So then you'd have your block editor that you were using.
Yeah.
I'll have to try it.
Yeah, but I'm just showing you what came in the zip file, and we took the HTML and put it in the back end of a page, and this is what came out. Right.
The zip file had a CSS style sheet as well.
Yes.
And that we added as a custom CSS.
Yeah.
Into the theme.
Yes, we did that. That's right. We did do that.
So we used both the files that we got.
Yeah. Even though we had no idea what we were supposed to do with them. So there is an example. David, I know you created what was it, a description. Would you like to share and show what you got from your experiment? And while we're waiting, good morning, Jay. So David was talking about wanting to use this bot. You all know that this is all just it's all being generated by machines. This is not people generating any of this.
The future is here.
Exactly. I mean, that's what I posted in all my adverts for this session. This is moving us into a whole new world.
Yeah.
It's making me nervous because it could put me out of work.
It will never put people out of work. I very much doubt that.
I hope you're right. I hope you're right.
That is something that I know kind of walk into these types of scenarios, these types of meetings, when it's involved with ContentBot. It will never replace human beings. It's an addition to, okay? It's like clothing on humans. You know, it's something that you just, it's an additional layer, but we will always need the creativity of a human being, you know, when it comes to writing content. Always. I mean, what may happen is it may help. So when I'm hiring an author, or if I'm hiring a writer, it may help me discover, or may help me create the abstract, you know, or the call for proposal. Because, you know, I'm hiring someone to write because I don't know how to write, you know, or something like that. So it may help in that scenario. It may help with small things such as meta titles and meta descriptions and whatnot. But in terms of actual content, I really don't think so. And I actually predict June 8th, 2021, it's a prediction. I actually predict that Google will be able to eventually detect what is content bot type material and human materials.
All right.
Coming soon in a cert near you.
I'm marking my calendar, Jay.
Google's bots will detect another bot.
Exactly. And they'll battle it out, you know. It'll be like a movie. Dan Fontaine will say, in a world where there's two bots.
Well, but and certainly everything that I played with, as I looked at, I mean, there was some nice formatting, there were some ideas that might be worth you know, playing with, but I don't think and there was nothing I saw that I wouldn't want to go in and put my own brand, my own, you know, my own spin on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And also, if you take into consideration the amount of time that you're investing to output content bot content, it ends up being a good chunk amount of time, because you got to learn it, you got to kind of refine it, and this and that. And whereas you could just write something yourself around in that same amount of time anyways, you know. So because the whole intention of these things are to save time, right? Or to do things with great expectations. And I don't think we're at that point. You know, it's like bank tellers. You know, I was thinking about, you know, there's a threat of bank tellers. Oh, bank tellers are going away and stuff. And you know what? They're not going to go away. They're always going to be around. Yeah. You know, it's what was it when it turned to year 2000? What was that big thing?
Oh, the whole thing was going to
Y2K.
Y2K was going to crash.
So big fear mongering.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
Well,
Y2K. I remember that was great.
That was
the biggest scam by the programmers that I've seen in a long time, and I haven't seen one since. There's some that come close, but that was a good scam. They had everybody heading for their bunkers.
Well,
all coming down.
Listen, you guys, I worked for the federal government when that happened, and I'm very much aware of the many things they did in preparation. And there would have been real trouble if they hadn't done those preparations. It prompted them to do some things that they should have done long before, and they just didn't do it.
I was working in Mexico when that happened. And everything in the United States, you got to get prepared. You got to get prepared. You got to do all this stuff. Mexico says, what do you mean? It's just another day in the year. And they totally ignored it. Yeah. I mean, the U.S. companies that were down there in the maquiladores were, we got to do this and do that and do this and all this. And they totally ignored it. And I didn't see Mexico stop.
Right.
Their computer systems all turned on the next day. 2000. So that's why I knew it was. I mean, there was some stuff that needed to be fixed, and I
there
agree
were
with
things
that.
that needed to be
But
fixed.
there were so many things.
But it wasn't.
that
The
did
world
need to
was
be
not
done.
going to come down around our ears. That's for
No,
sure.
it was not. I'm sorry. The next day we would have woke up, turned our computers on, and it would have said, "Okay, it's 1901." So what?
Right. Matthew.
Matthew has a question.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a contrarian, so I would ask, well, why do we think creativity is the domain of humanity or human consciousness alone? However, that's in the distant future. For now, what I see useful about this program is it's something like I used to use Fiverr sometimes when I had to do a lot of articles, and I would get someone to write Fiverr articles for me, and they were typically bad, and I would have to kind of rewrite them in order to use them. But sometimes it was useful to use it to
Save time.
Yeah, well, more than that, spark the process, so to speak, because sometimes you're stuck staring at a screen and you're not sure what to say. It's helpful to have some kind of something to work from and then inspire you to move forward with it. So that's what I see this as right now.
Yeah.
Do you agree, Alana?
Yeah, like I was thinking when I was looking at the demo there that I kind of see it as an idea generator that you can kind of
partially
the headlines are what piqued my interest, because the headline of any article is the most important thing. That's where everybody starts. They have to read a headline. And so if you don't have a decent headline, you got nothing. So that's where I see it could be quite useful. I mean, I would probably use it for headlines. I'm not sure I'd use it for content, or maybe just an idea generator.
Well, and of course, I mean, some of the content, it's up to you to check to verify the truth or the value of it or whatever. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So David, do you have your description ready to show?
I do. Okay, this is what I was doing when I needed to write some meta titles, and so I tried to trick it into doing it, and I ended up with one of them working out okay. And I had to revamp it. Number one, it was a little bit long, and I had to make it a little bit shorter, and it just gave me I probably spent like 15 minutes to do this, and normally to do meta titles it takes me about a half an hour, so I saved myself about 15 minutes.
Right.
And I felt it came out with a better one than what I had probably would have come out. And it worked out because it's one of these meta titles that you change the information from the 3 top rated air fryers, and you change the information and you put it on 3 or 4 different blogs, and all you got to do is just change the information. So that's where I can really save time. So I change it from 1 person to 3 persons, or 5 people, or the one that can cook for an army.
Right.
So it worked very well. I had to generate like 5 times in order to get one that I liked.
So
it wasn't instantaneous. Yeah. Now, and the other thing was this was not set up to do meta titles. They're coming out with it where they're going to be set up specifically for doing meta titles, and I'm anxiously waiting for that to come out so I can see how that works and if it works better.
Yeah. You can see there was a section on there that we looked at earlier. There is a section that's showing what's coming soon. This is a fairly recent site. It is not. It's a work in progress.
Yeah, these are the plans. WordPress plugin, meta title.
Yeah.
Description generator. So they've got some stuff that they're working on.
So while we're here, somebody's going to ask what, because David and I picked this up using AppSumo. So somebody's going to ask, what does it cost? So I don't know, somebody, I think I shared a page that will show you the pricing while we're still there. David, are you able to, or is it Vivek that had it going? Was in the chat. There. Okay. So this is the pricing. So there is a free trial that gives you 20 credits, as it looks like at the bottom. But the premium is $29 a month for unlimited credits and 25 full blogs. So what David and I have are sort of in between the free and the premium, is basically what that is. Okay. So I knew the question would come up, so we thought we would share it right off the bat so you can tell. Okay, so we did I did some playing on the website. But then I saw some YouTube videos and so forth, and I discovered that there is a plugin that you can use. And so I went to get the plugin, and in order to get the plugin, you go to wordpress.org is where you go to get the plugin. And I should tell you right off the bat that the plugin is free. However, to make use of it on your website, you have to have a .ai account. It's not free. So you can get the plugin, but you can't use it unless you have a contentbot.ai account. So I played around. So I again, on my Play Site Rubik site, I went in and got that. And that was kind of interesting. I think if somebody can open that website, we can show what I created using the plugin. Are you doing that, Vivek?
Yeah, I was going to show how to get the.
Yeah.
Let me.
Okay. All right. We can show that first. We took a little video that gives you some instructions on how to make use of the plugin. And the other thing that everybody needs to know, that this plugin will not work in Classic Editor. You must be in Block Editor. Okay.
Good.
Yeah. So you can see where it says step 1 on the left-hand side. So you go you go to a block, and you can see where it says AI Content Bot. And so when you select that, then what you get is what you see on the right-hand side, down the right-hand side. So you get to choose what style, what tone of item you want, what type of item you want, and you can put in some comments, the possible title, topic, all of that. And so, and by the way, you can see down on the left-hand side where it says Content Bot in the menu on the left-hand side. So once you download it, it shows up there. And Alana, your hand is up.
Yeah, I was just wanted to see if we could see a product description live in real time. So if you typed in a product description, just name a product.
Well,
I
I'm
don't
going
know.
to show you what I created by using that.
Excellent. Thank you.
Yeah. So
You're one step ahead of me again.
So Vivek, can you find the page and just the home page?
Yeah.
Okay, this is my play site again, and no, the test that one. So this is the one. I did this from my website, and basically what I typed in was how to join a success circle as the topic. And this, that's basically all I said was how to join a success circle. So this is what it generated with just that. What is a success circle? How do I find a success circle? How do success circles work? What should I expect when joining a success circle? Success circle for working moms. Now, what I realized was that I had not been specific enough. I realized that I should have said something like success circles for small business or for solopreneurs or whatever. But I wanted you to see that this was automatically generated. I haven't changed anything other than the title. I put I did the title so I could find it. So I wanted you to be able to see the kinds of things. I mean, from my perspective, if I were trying to write a blog post on how to join a success circle for small business, even just those headers would save me time. I could just go in and fill in whatever. So back to what Matthew said. I mean, this kind of thing can get you rolling and help you get there faster. So anyway, I came to realize though that I mean, the more I played with all of this, the more I realized that you really need. It does take some learning how to use it, but you really need to be quite specific in order to get what you want. But on the other hand, you get one try, and if you don't like that, you can say, "Create some more," and you get several opportunities to do that. So, any other questions? Can anybody see how they might like to use it? Or I don't know, Jay, have you used it at all?
I messed around with it for meta titles and meta descriptions, and just kind of come up with creative ideas and stuff. But in terms of writing full articles, no, I haven't done that.
No.
I do have a question though, in terms of the plugin, which I don't know if that taps into their API or not.
Yes, it does.
Okay. Is there a limit to that beyond? Because if you get, so like David's package has unlimited, content bots and then 25 blog posts. Does it dip into that?
I think
in addition to?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Yes, it does.
So, okay.
Yes, it does.
Cool.
Yeah. Now here's the thing: we had to test earlier this morning because we weren't sure about the plugin, because I had gone in and registered and done everything on the website first, and then I discovered that there was a plugin, and I went to do that. When I remember when I downloaded the plugin, I noticed there was a place for an API. And I had also noticed that the API showed up on the website as well, somewhere in there. But then the minute I started working with making use of it, then when I went back, the API was automatically entered in the back end of the website.
Probably because you're logged into ContentBot.
I must have been. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So, what we didn't know, I mean, I knew that the plugin was free, but we didn't know whether you could use the plugin for free. And so David, just this morning while we were getting ready for this, David went in incognito and did all of this and discovered, no, you have to have an account in order to use the plugin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So my plans is I'm going to try it out like a full blog post, and I'm going to see if it ranks. Because ultimately, you know, if a tree falls in the woods, you know, we want to make sure that that sucker ranks. So I'm going to be testing it out. Which site I'm throwing into the lion's den, I'm not sure yet.
Well, you can see that I just used my play site for all of this so far.
Maybe I'll do my maybe I'll do my tailgate party one, my tailgate bundle site.
Yeah.
Got loads of content on that one, so it's ranking first page, so I'll
it won't destroy it.
Nah.
But I love your prediction, Jay. I love it.
Battle bots.
Matthew.
So this is something I probably should know, but how, if we take an article and like, okay, that's full of filler words and stuff, and it's using regressive language, blah, blah, blah. And you're looking at this, Jay, is to see whether or not their bot recognizes that this is a bot and therefore doesn't rank it as well, I'm assuming. Is that right? So how much do you need to change the article in order for that to for it to be fresh content, essentially? Like I used to go by 20% change, like, not that I'm rewriting a lot of articles, but if I'm rewriting this article, how much am I going to have to change it in order for it to be fresh?
That's a great question. So in terms of the article being fresh, I would say that the article is already fresh, but I think it's the use of synonyms and antonyms and whatnot, and it doesn't make human sense, because there's the internet content is, I should say, blog posts typically are conversational style content.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I find that it's the content bot and most AI content is not quite there. Just very, very, it's like content Blade Runner. It's like you just can't quite tell.
Doesn't quite have the intuition of it.
Yeah, exactly. So,
sense, yeah.
but in terms of rewriting it, I would do at the very least the top. So the top two paragraphs and the conclusion. The hamburger in the middle can more or less stay the same, I would say. But things that make blog posts rank are there's many variables that do that. So meta title, meta description, keyword intent. So how often is the keyword in the article, and so on and so forth. But also how long people stay on a page. So that and to me, I think that's a really big ranking factor is on-page read time, because it's blatantly displayed in Google Analytics. And you could probably see if you're getting zeros or less than a minute, you're probably not getting a lot of traffic to that, because you're probably not ranked for a lot of terms for that. And that's a good sign to say, all right, well, that article didn't work, so I need to revamp it and make people stay on longer. So there's tricks to do that. Embedding a video that's related to the content. That's an easy one, where you just embed a video, make the video less than 5 minutes. Doesn't even need to be your video. It could be someone else's video. Just embed that, and then that entices people to stay on longer. So.
Yeah. So I guess my question is, and this is a dumb question probably, but is there any kind of like tagged coding behind the words somehow that?
No, there's no. Yeah. So it's just, I think it's the phonetics of the content. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's, for all of us, it's yet another learning curve, this whole thing.
Or it could just
However,
simply be another shiny object.
yes. Well, I mean, and you just sort of anticipated what I was going to say, Jay. I mean, it's up to us. We're all hope that we're on try to stay on the leading edge and to understand the new trends and where things are going, etc. So between that and what is just diving onto a new shiny object, I guess we all have to decide which it is. Matthew.
Okay, being the worst blackbird for shiny objects in history, I'll just say that if the shiny object is such that it's actually in line of the work that you want to do, yeah, there you go, Dave. If you can get your shiny object to be like lined up so that you're going from one shiny object to another and not over here or over here.
Yeah, right.
Line up those shiny objects so that you got laser focus. This works for me as a writer. I mean, we'll see. But thank you for introducing me to it.
Right. Any other questions or comments? We are, gosh, boy, where did the time go? We are at 9:44. So, Alana.
I would be interested maybe if Jay would drop in after you perform your test and give us the results of the ranking factor. I would love to hear the results of that test.
I recently read an article about Google and MUM, M-U-M.
And what's that?
It's a new AI milestone for understanding information. And that's an article by Google Fellow and Vice President of Search.
Oh.
So it's from Google.
Can you put the link in chat?
Yeah, I'm trying to get that link into, it's on my phone. So
Right.
This is when it's advantageous to have an Apple product where you can just
Bounce back and forth.
Bounce it back to your laptop.
yeah, I could use a Chromebook and use the near me thing.
Yeah.
But I'm not using, I am using an Apple computer, but using an Android phone.
Yes, yeah. So you gotta scan your phone, fax it to your phone number, rescan it, and then email that scan into your laptop.
It's important to have stuff that speaks to each other, eh?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I'd be glad to.
That would be really useful for all of us to know. Yeah.
Cool. The site that I'm going to do it on is tailgatebundles.com.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I definitely want to know because I need to know if I need to start looking for a new career.
You'd be a life
Just
coach.
be careful. You might knock your ranking down on that one.
I don't know which I'm more hopeful for, that it's a success or a failure.
Well, here, I'll just quickly share my screen. So this is Tailgate Bundles. Okay, so there's nothing on the site yet. It's got some Google juice. So if I Google Tailgate Bundles, it's on page 1, position 1.
Even though it's got nothing in it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It's that one. I remember that one. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's the one you're so
why...
you're not you don't stand to lose anything. That's
well,
sure.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. So no love lost there. And I think it's got a good DR here. Yeah, look at Dave there. It's got a 10 DR on notes.
No content.
No content. So
that's insane.
So DR is a metric of like the volume and quality of backlinks that go to the site. So it's telling us that it's got 4 backlinks, but they're pretty darn good backlinks. So it just goes to show you the power of a good backlink.
Yeah.
And
No
it
kidding.
has 2 backlinks.
Oh,
One,
no wonder. Football snack helmets. No wonder.
one from Football Snack
Ah.
Helmets, one from a student, and then these 2 are just garbage directory ones. But so, I think actually it'll prove to be a really good experiment for tailgate
Right on,
bundles.
right
Yeah.
on.
So I think
Yeah.
it'll be, because it's a blank slate, but on a site that probably will rank easily for whatever I end up putting on here. So
Yeah. This is insane. Matthew? You're
Can't hear you,
muted.
I'm having mouse problems. So a couple things. Yeah, I've been digging into Ahrefs on your recommendation, Jay, and it's really amazing how deep it goes. Wow.
yeah.
Anyway, I just signed up for the content bot, and I wanted to do an article, so I put in some article topics: creating content, selling, persuasion, writing, and it generated 5 titles. What makes an outstanding blog post? How to build a blog that won't make you want to pull your hair out? How to create persuasive content that will convert readers? What are the best ways to use social media for your business? And how do I make money blogging? It's kind of cool.
I like the persuasive one the best.
How to create persuasive content. I love the word persuade and persuasion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are kind of interesting. I'm gonna play with this a bit more and see what it does. But I thought I'd tell you that I tried it out and it's kind of neat.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, cool.
So we'll all be watching and trying. I certainly will be. So we have 10 minutes left. If there are no further questions or comments, Fred, would you like the last word?
As always, I really enjoy it, and I enjoyed this conversation about artificial intelligence, because I would say something about Jay saying never say never, Jay. People said computers would never be able to beat the master chess player. They do it. Oh, they'll never beat the Go player. They're doing it. Don't say never be able to, because Yuval Noah Harari says there's 3 major challenges in the world that we have to face. One is climate change, 2 is nuclear war, and the 3rd one is the human interface in computers. And one time in the future, maybe in the relatively near future, that computers will understand humans better than humans understand themselves. That is the biggest challenge we face, and we better do something about it. So to say that they'll never be able to write better copy than anyone, that I wouldn't bet on it. Anyway, this has been fascinating conversation. This is very early days in copywriting. As you said, I found it fascinating because you can imagine, and you're exploring something that is, I think, phenomenal. Just a little bit of AI in this world, it might save everyone time. And I can see why David would fall in love with it, because he always says that's one of his challenges is copywriting. So, and then Alana's worried about her future, and I agree with Jay. It's not here yet, but don't bet on it that it won't come sometime. You might be retired, and by then you'll be the best. I don't know who said life coach. We're all going to be life coaches in those days to coach people, because the computers have taken over. So we better coach ourselves. So that's the future. We all have to say, what are we going to do now that the computer's running the place? So.
Right. Now
We'll be on holiday.
Now we can just go play.
Yeah. But we'll still need a life coach to know what to do. But I really enjoyed this, because once again, I had no idea it got this far,
Right.
in copywriting. And I look forward to hearing what Jay has to say.
Yeah, we look forward to that.
That should be.
David,
Can I get
David is
some
waiting.
comments in?
Yes.
One, I would like to remind Jay that the buggy whip manufacturing people probably would beg to differ with you. And number two, I noticed that when Fred was talking about the AI and how it was taking over the world, his
Skynet interrupted.
His sound was going, and when he quit talking about it, it got good again.
I do have a request, which is not relevant to this, but I've done my course. I have a landing page. I would like to share it with everyone at some point in time and ask you your comments on it. So I'd like to send it out.
Oh, we lost your voice. Dave, Fred, we lost your voice. What happened? Oh. We will certainly go look at your course. I'd be very happy to do that.
That's what happens when you play devil's advocate with technology.
All right, we are ready to wrap this up this morning. Oh my goodness, I've gone blurry. So it's important to do what you love with passion. I always like to remind everybody that. I think we all do things with passion. That's for sure. Next week, we're going to talk about blog styles. So having said that, we will see you next week, and I will put in my outro right now. Thank you all for your comments and your sharing, particularly David and Vivek, who supported me with sharing. Thank you.